Congratulations, Oklahoma State. Obviously, thought there was some good moments for us in stretches, but too many tough moments, and so you know, just a tough night, and got to figure out a way to. Um, we're off tomorrow, but try to figure out the best way to approach these next couple of days so we can give ourselves the best chance to win in Starkville.
Our first question will be from Randy Peterson of the Des Moines Register. Randy, go ahead.
Steve, it looked like in the first 10 minutes, whatever it was, when it was 11-2, that the guys you had out there on the floor, they were having lots of fun. Did it look? I mean, looked like they were playing loose and just having fun and getting the most out of it that they could. Was that kind of your impression as well, or was that just?
Yeah, like I said, I thought we got off to a really good start. I'll have to watch the tape to kind of see what really went awry to kind of let them back in the game, because then it was 24-23. They took the lead, but got off to a great start. I thought we did some really good things early, and maybe could even been up more, But I thought in the first half, though, man, just transition in the glass really hurt us. But I did. I agree.
What was your message? Okay, I'm sorry. What was your message to the guys before the game?
Oh, man, there was a couple things, that I really just talked about, but, just really just try to, I talked to him about several things, we had talked about, Amanda. There's an article I sent him this morning about Amanda Gorman, and just was talking about some things that she had overcome in her life, and that, she overcame, her stuttering because of the passion she had to be a great poet and to be a great speaker, and just to really challenge them to play with great passion, because this is our passion, the game of basketball, competing. That's our passion. And, I kind of played off and talked about some things that I read and took from her story and her background.
What about going forward? You get these guys back for the weekend, do you know, or you know yet?
That's more on the medical side, so I couldn't give you a valid answer on that.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Matt Bellinson of the Iowa State Daily. Go ahead, Matt.
Steve, I know coming into this year, you talked a lot about how you knew that there was going to be challenges and postponements, cancellations, everything involved with COVID. I guess now that you've played a game like this, just what does it feel like? What was it like coaching? Just what was the experience like tonight?
The games are the games once you get in there, and whether we had 8 guys, and you gotta obviously asking more from everybody to step up, from myself to the 8th man, and but the game of basketball is great, and so. But this is the landscape we're in, and so you got to adjust, and we've got to be able to handle adversity, and we got to continue to encourage one another so we can get through this.
What did you see from Jaden tonight? It seemed like he was finding a little bit of a groove on offense there. Yeah,
I thought he had good activity. I thought he made some good athletic plays, some things I think can translate as we go forward. Nice pull-up jumper in the second half. Made a good 3. I want him to stay aggressive. 3 steals. He's got great length and great size, and that's what I told him at halftime. He's got a great body to be a really, really impact player down the road.
Our next question comes from Travis Hines of the Ames Tribune. Go ahead, Travis.
With the 6 guys out tonight, was that a product primarily of multiple positive tests or primarily of contact tracing?
It's COVID protocol. That's all I really talk about from that standpoint. I apologize, but that's kind of, I'll just leave it at that they, with the release, the health and safety precautions.
Okay. I guess then with 6 guys out, were you guys able to trace it back to a single event or breakdown, I guess, in terms of the social distancing, or can you give us a little insight of what you think led to being down 6 guys tonight?
COVID. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know if you can really put an absolutes on this virus. I think if we could put absolutes on it, we'd all manage it a little bit better. And I think we've done a phenomenal job managing it. Our training staff, doctors have been incredible. We've been great with this. And then this last week, man, we've hit a tough patch. And so we've got to collectively, as a group, Bruce Arians said it best, man. We got everybody that's in this group, we got to all care for each other and love each other, and be accountable to one another. And so, but I'm not in a position to speak really A, B, and C about COVID. So.
Bruce Weber, I think, was in your position a few weeks ago with just 6 scholarship guys available, and he said after the game that he wished he had the ability to postpone it. Obviously that decision's out of your hands with the Big 12 protocols of having 6 guys, but were you glad to play this game, or would you have preferred to try to hold off to Saturday and maybe get something closer to full strength?
No, we were ready to play. We had been out for a couple weeks now, so we were ready to play. Unfortunately, we only had, we had 8 guys total. And so just an unfortunate situation. But I guess we all understand the landscape we're dealing with right now, and so we got to push through and just continue to figure out the best way to manage this to get us back to 100%.
Do you have any guys with symptoms currently? Can you say?
I think all our guys are doing okay, from that standpoint.
Thanks, Steve.
Our next question comes from Michael Swain of 247 Sports. Go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Coach. With you guys obviously being shorthanded and with only one big man, what was your message to George before the game, and how do you just feel the way that he played?
I'll have to watch the tape to see everything, to totally evaluate him. But I thought he had some good moments. Got in foul trouble. Maybe could have played him a little bit more in the first half and just played him with 2 and roll with it from that standpoint. But foul trouble obviously limited him to 16 minutes. And so, I thought their physicality and athleticism and length around the basket really hurt us.
And is that something where before the game you talked to him about, hey, you can't get in foul trouble or else we end up having to play, Dudley, who's 6'6" at the 5?
Yeah, we talked about all that stuff. But you can't put a perfect script together, or we'd be 28-0. You just gotta, he got in foul trouble. He kind of got a cheap one for his number, whether it was his first or second, was kind of a cheap one, but that he didn't need to get, and that's what I mean by that. And so, but I think in this landscape, maybe I should have played him in the first half a little bit more and just seen. But, but I thought he did. I thought he did all right in his time. It's just obviously the foul trouble hurt him.
And then from a big picture sense, what do you feel like you learned about your team tonight, or can you even take anything from a game like this?
Yeah, you take a lot. We'll go back. I'll watch the tape. I'll, look at some of the things for the freshmen, show them what they can get better, execution-wise, toughness-wise, finishing-wise. There's a lot of things we'll take from it because these freshmen played 33 minutes, not 20 minutes, 33 minutes. George played close to 20. Tyler played 40. And Nate Jenkins got 20 minutes. And so those are minutes those guys hadn't been used to getting that much. And so there's a lot of teaching we can use from this tape.
Thank you.
That's all we have time for. Thanks for your time, Coach. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Goodbye.